Hello, it's Bobi, aka Paginator, and we're back with another installment of the series to work with prompts from Margarete Miller. So this is just episode 2 of the series. There is a playlist on my channel, so you can watch both episodes, and as the series continues, they'll all be included on that playlist as well. Something I didn't show you last time because I hadn't thought of it yet is that I'm going to be adding pages as we go through this series to this journal. It is a ring-bound flip over journal that I made out of old bingo cards. I wish I could say that I came up with this idea by myself, but I did not. I learned about this from Margaret over at Seven Plaza, and she has a whole series where she made an absolutely gorgeous journal with hers, but she took 2 of these old bingo cards and obviously punched holes in the top, added rings, and then added pages as she went along. There's a tie here that kind of helps stabilize it when it's standing up, but then it unties so that you can add pages. Since I didn't think of this before doing the first video in the series, the giant altered paperclip that I made with this window, I had to cut off the bottom part of it. So, oops, it'll be okay. I do have this piece of Braille paper cut that fits in the journal. I might use that today, or I might use something else. It just depends on what prompt we get, because we haven't picked one yet. And that's what we need to do next. Alright, I'm going to turn these cards over so they're facing away from me, and we'll just reach in and grab one. A postage stamp. So I actually have a piece of vintage ephemera that I think would work really nicely to play with stamps on, and I need to grab a couple other things, so I'll go ahead and get those things and be right back with you. So this is my piece of vintage ephemera. It is real. It is from 1946 at a mechanic shop, and it's basically an invoice or receipt from some work being done, and there's information written in both sides, and whatever labors and things, they did cost them $5.09, so that is a bargain. We're going to cut this down so it fits with the size of this, and we might use the bottom piece as a pocket. We'll just kind of see. And I also need to punch holes so that it can go on the rings. I did end up deciding to use this as a pocket, so I just inked around that bottom piece as well as the whole thing and added it as a pocket here so we can slide something in. And while I was doing that, I noticed that I misread the numbers on here. This is from 1950, not 1946, but you probably don't care about that. Now, what are we going to do with postage stamps? We first need some postage stamps, and we also could use stickers shaped as postage stamps. I have an ephemera binder, and it's got a whole bunch of stuff in it. So this is a whole bunch of stickers shaped like stamps, but then I do actually have some real stamps. Got some in this pocket here, and a few more in some other pockets. So what we might do is just go through the real stamps that I have and pick out some that look interesting, maybe do some collaging with it. What I'd like to do is just start going through these stamps, and if some look promising or interesting, I'll place them in one pile, and then not so promising or interesting in another pile. And I'm not going to narrate and explain what every stamp is. I'm just going to take a look. I'm quite liking these first 3 that I pulled so far. They all have like a turquoisey color. Okay, so now I have some decisions that need to be made. I have this pile that's kind of got teals and purples and light blues. And then I've got this pile that's much darker, like browns, greens, with the Sherlock Holmes. And for some reason, I really, really don't want to use this. I want to use the Sherlock Holmes. So we've got these three that kind of work together. And so I'm wondering if maybe we take the green one, this little green one, and it should go in the pocket, maybe with a little cluster or something. No, maybe not. Hang on. Maybe this brown one should do that. And then the green one should be up here with another cluster. Let's play with those and see. I would like to ink them up, and I have my ground espresso distress oxide out right now, so we'll use that. This brown stamp is from France. I'm not sure about this green one. It says the person is C-I-L or C-J-L. I don't know, the letters are really tiny. Almovis. Sverige. I don't know, I could probably Google that and figure out where that's from. Now we can't just put postage stamps on this card and call it good. We've got to use some other bits and bobs, make clusters or collages or something. In my scrap box, I have this piece of old book spine, and it's quite a similar green to this here. So I'm wondering if I could tear off a bit of this and use some of it here to have the green showing up there. Let's just tear that. It tears really nicely. Maybe something like that. Might be good to kind of just dig through the scrap bowl. So I've scooted that over here closer to me. I've got some other bits of bookbinding which are really fun to play with. I've got some coffee dyed paper. I've got some of this corrugated cardboard bits. This coffee dyed paper that also has some gold on it. Got some brown leather. Different piece of bookbinding, different look. I've got some of these little bits of vellum that's been printed on with some vintage stuff, so I might be able to use a piece of this somewhere. Some black lace and a piece of doily. I don't know what I'll use here. I'm definitely not going to use everything. When I do this kind of cluster making, it's very much just like what I think goes where, and then I just kind of put it down. It's very kind of spontaneous, go with the flow kind of thing. So I'm going to move some stuff out of the way and start playing. I'll try to go through my thought process with you guys while I am choosing pieces. I'm going to start with this piece of the printed vellum. It's part of an ad, something bros. Looks like T-U-S Brothers Fashion Merchants. But it's just a little tiny piece. And it might go nicely here. This bit of green might be too big. Or it might just be better served somewhere else. I don't know. Let's see. If I rip it in half, and then maybe put it like this. Okay, I like that a lot better, but I still am going to need more here because I don't want the end of this stamp to blend in with the browns of the pocket. If I just do something that's a little bit different, maybe put this underneath here, just to create some distinction. Okay, now we can definitely tell that the stamp isn't just part of the pocket. And then I feel like we need something dimensional here, like a button. I've got this bowl of small buttons, and this one's the right size, but it's very blue. What does this one look like? Ooh, I like that. Alright, so let's glue this down. There's a better look for you. Sorry, I should have zoomed in on this part earlier. While I'm gluing, I will share some thoughts with you. So last night I had the opportunity to go over to our high school and take tickets at the junior prom. What we do with our high school junior prom is that there is at the beginning kind of a ceremony. All the kids and their dates get to go on this promenade through the gym. They circle around a few times. Parents can take pictures, that kind of thing. And then they crown the prom king and queen. And then the juniors get to dance with their moms and dads. Girls dance with their dads, boys dance with their moms, that kind of thing. And then the adults get kicked out and the kids are free to enjoy the rest of the evening. So we do charge people to help just defray the costs of the prom and that kind of thing. And anything left over gets saved for when those juniors are then seniors and they have a graduation night party. So I was there taking tickets, collecting money from people. So that was a fun time for me, just getting to see the kids all dressed up and not have to go into the super crowded gym. They had decorated it really beautifully. Their theme for prom this year was Tangled, like the movie. And they had done purple and white wisteria flowers just hanging down from from both entrances, and it was just gorgeous. So that was fun. It was a fun thing to do on a Saturday night. Now my natural inclination would be to collage and cluster up here in this top corner. If I do that, then I'm going to have to punch another hole through so that it can fit over. But I think I'd rather do that than to have the collage down here because it just feels weird to me. So we're going to scoot it up like this. And we will punch another hole. Maybe a bit of this darker brown with the leather would be good. Stay where I'm telling you to stay. Maybe some more texture would be good. Like a piece of this under the stamps. Okay, I don't know. We're going to start gluing things down because if I think about it too much, then I'm going to overthink it and nothing will get done. And this will have been a waste of time. And I don't want to waste my time or yours. So recently, I've mentioned in at least one video, I think, that I lost one of my former students to suicide. It's only been a couple of months since it happened, and it's still really painful. And honestly, I've been kind of just diving into crafting as much as possible because it gives me something to do with my hands, and I don't have to sit for a long time and wonder, what more I could have done or, anyone could have done. But anyway, something really beautiful happened last night at the prom. That young man's older brother won prom king. And it was so lovely to see him so happy. He's, as you can imagine, been having a terrible time, and his classmates rallied around him and did what they could do to try to make him feel happier. And I think that's just amazing. Alright, we've glued down all the pieces we picked out here. Yeah, this black lace isn't going to go. I don't think I'm going to add anything else. I mean, I have like this doily bit, I have that black lace, I have some more of this stuff, but I just don't feel like this needs anything else. So we've got a card with a pocket. I can add more to that later. Oops, must put the thing back in the art glitter glue. Don't want to clog. So let's repunch this hole and then we'll add it to the bingo card journal. Ta-da! Alright, we're going to slide this onto the rings and close them. Ouch! Try not to pinch yourself. Okay, so later on, maybe in the next video, maybe another time, we can make a journaling card or something to stick in here or a tag. But for now, this is going to do it. So that's prompt number 2, postage stamps. We used 1, 2, 3 of them. And yeah, let me know in the comments below if you happen to know where this stamp is from, Sverige, and what you thought of this process. I hope you'll join me in the next video, and in the meantime, have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading, crafting, or journaling. Adios.